Professor Neerav Mehta from LG Institute of Technology and Engineering. Today, we are going to discuss about subject called automobile component design. In this particular subject, in today's session, we are going to discuss about case study of design of spur gear. So let's move on to this case study of design of spur gear. But before getting into this case study, we should understand about what are the different factors which are in design will going to be applicable in design of spur gear. So in this design of spur gear, our main concern is to carry a thrust load, which is WT. And depending on this thrust load, we can find out power generated by or power transmitted by our gear. As well as we have to design our geometry of our gear, which is number of teeth, diameter of gear or module of gear, depending on this power transmission and load carrying capacity. So let's move on to this case study. Here we are given RPM of this steel bronze spur gear, RPM which is pinion, or you can say spur gear which is 600 RPM. So here you can see that we are given RPM which is 600, drives a cast iron spur gear at a transmission ratio of 4:1. So a bronze pinion which is driving a cast iron gear which has a ratio or velocity ratio of 4:1. So we can write velocity ratio which is 4:1. Clear? So RPM of our pinion is 600 and RPM of the gear will be 600 divided by 4. Clear? The allowable static stress for bronze pinion and cast iron gear are 84 megapascal and 104 megapascal. So allowable stress for pinion is 84 megapascal and gear is 105 megapascal. So we are given two limiting stress for gear and pinion. For pinion is 84 megapascal and pinion gear is 105 megapascal respectively. The pinion has 16 number of teeth. So TP is 16. So pinion has number of teeth is 16. We have system of gear which has angle made by 20 degree here, which will help us to find out our tooth form factor Y. Clear? Module which is given here is 8 mm and face width of the both gear are 90 mm. So all we have to find out the power can be transmitted from the standpoint of the strength. Now, before getting into this, all we have to find out is relationship between this power and our thrust force, or you can say our thrust load, which is WT. And in the case of spur gear, it is defined by sigma allowable or sigma 0 into CV, which is nothing but velocity factor, into pi which is constant, into b which is face width, into module, into tooth form factor. This tooth form factor will going to be depending on this 20-degree full depth, 20-degree full depth involute tooth. So we will going to take it according to that 20-degree full depth involute teeth. Clear? Here our value of sigma 0 is either from 84 to 105. I will tell you how you are going to decide this value for both of them. CV, which is going to depend on linear velocity of gear or opinion. How you are going to find out this linear velocity? That linear velocity is nothing but V is equals to pi d n by 60, where d could be dp or dg according to our equation, but velocity for both pinion and gear will going to be same. So you can take either pinion or either gear. In this case, we are given we aren't given any diameter, so we can convert this diameter in terms of teeth, number of teeth. How? So dp by tp, or you can say diameter by teeth, it is equals to module. So ultimately diameter of pinion is nothing but module into tp. Now, why we have to find out, why we have to establish this equation, and how the relationship of power, and because ultimately we have to find is power. So how this power and this thrust velocity, or you can say thrust load, will going to be in relationship with each other. So let's move on to that relationship. I will show you how this power and this load will going to be related. So power is nothing but work done. Here W is work done into, sorry, work done divided by given time. Clear? You know that power is nothing but work done divided by given time. Work done is nothing but force into displacement for a given time. So our power is nothing but force into displacement into given time. For this particular case, force is nothing but our thrust force, which is Wt, and displacement upon time is nothing but our velocity. Here in this case is linear velocity, or you can say peripheral velocity. So ultimately power will going to be defined by Wt into velocity. So to find out this power, all we have to find is Wt and velocity. Clear? So let's first find out velocity. So velocity v is equals to pi dp np divided by 60. This linear velocity will going to be same if I am taking pi dg, or you can say velocity of gear and velocity of pinion will going to be same. So pi, value of pi is 3.14. dp, we don't have dp, so it is m into tp into np, which is 600 divided by 60. Let's put this values. So 3.14 into module is 8 into 16 into 600 divided by 60. The value of this, or you can say solution of this, is nothing but 4.02 meter per second. Uh, sorry. So value of this is nothing but 4.02 meter per second. So we have velocity. Let's write it down here. Velocity is, sorry, velocity is nothing but 4.02 meter per second. Now let's find out second step. It is Wt, or you can say thrust load. Clear? I hope you understand this point very well. Let's move on to Wt. So first of all, Wt is nothing but Wt is nothing but sigma 0 into Cv into pi into b into m into y, where sigma 0 is either could be allowable stress for a pinion or allowable stress for a gear. So how you are going to determine this sigma 0, whether it is pinion or whether it is gear? Clear? Because when the gear and pinion will came into contact with each other, they are not going to deform at the same time. Either deformation of pinion or deformation of gear will going to be takes place depending on its strength. And to find out which will going to be fail first, we have to satisfy this criteria, in which your tooth form factor, multiplication of the tooth form factor, and allowable velocity is a multiplication of both will going to be indicate if the multiplication of yp and allowable stress for sigma g or sigma p, which is a combination of tooth form factor of pinion and combination of stress, if it is value of and yg combination of gear and sigma g, whether the value of one of this will going to be lesser, we are going to design pinion or gear depending on that value. Clear? If the value product or multiplication of this yp and sigma p is lower, or value is smaller compared to multiplication of yg and sigma g, then we have to design this for pinion. And if it is the value of multiplication of this yg and sigma g, which is for gear, it is smaller, then we have to design it for gear. Clear? So let's find out what we have to design it for. Clear? So first of all, we have to find out multiplication of yg and yp and yg. So first of all, we have to find out what is yp. So yp, to find out the yp, we should know about what is y. For this 20 degree and stop gear angle, we have the value of y is 0.154 minus 0.912 divided by t. In the case of YP, it is TP. And in the case of, so here, this 0.154 minus 0.912 divided by 60. So this value will going to be a 0.097. Now, for a gear, it is YG. So same value, this value of this pinion, or you can say value of this teeth, number of teeth will going to be changed. So in the place of TG, it will going to be a sorry, TP, it will going to be TG. So 0.154, sorry, 0.154 minus 0.912 divided by. Now TG is in terms of velocity ratio into TP. So value of TG will be velocity ratio, which is 4 into TG, which is 16. Here, so ultimately it is 0.14. To find out whether we have to design it for gear or a pinion, we have to find product of sigma P into YP, which is for sigma P, which is 84 into 0.097. Value of this will be 8.14, and for a gear it is sigma g into yg, which is 105 into 0.14, and value of it is 14.7. So here you can clearly see this value of multiplication of limiting stress of gear and tooth form factor is higher compared to the value of pinion. So we have to design this gear for a pinion. So in the case of here, you can see sigma 0 will going to be a sigma p. Clear? So sigma 0 in the case of the in this case will going to be sigma p, and this y will going to be yp. So value of this going to be depending on this equation, or you can say thrust force will going to be depending on design of pinion. Why pinion? Because this condition, according to this condition, value or product of the sigma p and yp is 8.14. Okay, so let's move on to next thing, which is designing a w, or determining this wt. So wt is nothing but, now we have found out what is sigma. Sigma is sigma p into cv into pi into module m into b into yp. So CV, we have to find CV. We have the CV here. We have that CV, which is 0.427. We have that CV, which is 0.427 sigma p. So let's put those values. Sigma p is nothing but 84. Here I'm taking all the values in megapascal. So all the value will going to be in mm. 0.47 into 3.14 into 8 into 90. I'm taking each and every value in terms of mm, and this is 0.097. Clear? So this WT will going to be 7870 newtons. So value of this WT, it is 7870 newton after multiplying this with this equation. Let's like this 0.097 97. Okay. So now depending on this, we have to find out power. Our P is equals to Wt into velocity V. So Wt is 7870 newtons into velocity which we have found 4.02 meter per second. So ultimately our power will be 31,640 watt, which is nothing but 31.64 kilowatt. So our power which is required to design this gear, or this gear can transmit, it is nothing but 31.64. I hope you got each and every aspect of this case study. If you have any doubt regarding this case study, you can directly ask me. Let's recap what we have learned today. So we have started this design consideration from this case study where we have given an input data and we are asked to find power which is depending on thrust load and velocity. So we have established that relationship between power and our force, which is we have given, that is P is equals to W2 into velocity. So first we have find velocity which is depending on this pi dp np upon 60. So ultimately, after finding out this velocity, we have found this power. Clear? I hope you understand this very well. Thank you. Thank you so much.